Ownership of land in modern period constitutional provisions regarding ownership of land. Ownership. The following forms. The constitutional provision contained in Article 13 shows the principles of ownership when it says that the people shall own, control the instruments and means of production and distribution by talking about people's ownership. The article seems to give a state ownership. That is ownership by the state on behalf of nationalized public sector embracing the key sectors of the people through the creation of an efficient and dynamic economy. B. Cooperative ownership. That is ownership by cooperatives on behalf of their members within such limits as may be prescribed by law. And C. Private ownership. That is ownership by individuals within such limits as may be prescribed by law. So, it appears that three types of ownership is recognized in a way that the individuals can own property alike, the cooperative or the state, but they have to pay rent and other taxes as the state ensures security and protection to the individuals. Again, if we look at Article 42, we find that each and every citizen can exercise his right to property within some qualified ambit when it says that 1. Subject to any restrictions imposed by law. Every citizen shall have the right to acquire, hold, transfer or otherwise dispose of property, and no property shall be compulsorily acquired, nationalized or requisitioned save by authority of law. 2. A law made under clause 1. Shall provide for the acquisition, nationalization, requisition with compensation, and shall there fix the amount of compensation or specify the principles on which and the manner in which the compensation is to be assessed and paid. But no such law shall be called in question in any court on the ground that any provision in respect of such compensation is adequate. From this provision, it appears that the citizen can exercise his right to property, but this right is not unfettered as he has to conform to certain guidelines framed by the state from time to time. The term restriction in Article 42, 1, includes prohibition or extinction within its meaning as otherwise the provision in Article 42, 2, relating to acquisition or nationalization will be affected if any restriction placed upon the right to property has the effect of confiscating a property without acquisition or nationalization under the authority of law. The restriction will be violative of Article 42 of the Constitution. Further, if we look at Article 143, we find the list of the property of the Republic. When it says that 1. There shall vest in the Republic, in addition to any other land or property lawfully vested. 3. All minerals and other things of value underlying any land of Bangladesh. B. All lands, minerals and other things of value underlying the ocean within the territorial waters, or the ocean over the continental shelf, of Bangladesh. And C. Any property located in Bangladesh that has no rightful owner. 2. The Parliament may from time to time by law provide for the determination of the boundaries of the territory of Bangladesh and of the territorial waters and the continental shelf of Bangladesh. Now it appears that a citizen can own and enjoy his property, but if there is anything underlying his property, he does not own or enjoy it, it belongs to the state. Likewise, when we look at Article 144, we find that the executive authority can interfere in relation to property, trade, etc. of the citizen. When it says that the executive authority of the Republic shall extend to the acquisition, sale, transfer, mortgage, and disposal of property, the carrying on of any trade or business and the making of any contract. Now it appears that the executive authority, if it feels necessary for public purposes or public interests, can make interference with the ownership or enjoyment of the property of the citizen by exercising eminens dominium, meaning state's power of taking or interfering private property without the consent of its owner. 12. Further, where no individual is entitled to own, The state owns the property by its prior right for providing security and protection of the property. Mahmudul Islam. Constitutional Law of Bangladesh, 3rd edition, Malik Brothers, Dhaka, 2012, 377. Ownership